Hello there, Minecrafters. This is suneye6, and I'm coming at you with yet another tutorial today. And today we're gonna start doing some more serious gaming here in our little world. All right? Okay. So we're ready for a few things here. First off, let's learn how to build a chest. Got some planks out of some raw wood. What do we want to do with that? We want to do something kind of like the furnace, but with wood. And that makes us a little chest. Boonk, boonk. All right. And we'll just put that there. Bonk, just like that. With the right click. And when we click on it, the right click, it opens up and gives us some extra space to keep stuff in. So like these seeds, we don't really need that right now. We don't really need these eggs. We don't really need these oak saplings. And the rest of this stuff we can use right now. Okay, now notice we have this raw pork from the last time, and I didn't cook it. I got some and kind of lost track of what I was doing. So let's cook that. We've got this charcoal in here that we made. So let's drop the charcoal in there. And you notice that it doesn't light up just because I dropped the fuel in. Right, it only lights up. Boink, there, the fire is on when I put the raw pork in. And what do we get out of that? Of course, we're going to get some pork chops. And that'll give us some food. And actually, instead of doing that, let's just put these wooden implements in there, because we can't do this with the stone implements, with the stone tools or anything, but when it's purely wood, we can actually use the wooden tools to cook and do stuff with like that. So, let's see here. Boonk. And what I did there was I shift-clicked it. Shift-clicked it. And it just goes into my inventory when I do that. Like that. Okay. And I want to point kind of in empty space so that I'm not accidentally hitting something. And then right-click. And I eat it. And then that'll only work when I'm hungry. Like, now I'm not hungry anymore. And I can't do it. So, different foods will fill you up for different lengths of time and will fill up different amounts of the food pops. I ate some apples earlier, and you'll notice that those didn't really fill me up all the way. And they probably wouldn't last all that long either. The pork will last longer. The thing that I think lasts the longest pretty much is beef, and it also fills up the most meat pops. So the most hunger bar units. So what should we do now? Well, we need better stuff. And it's always a quest in this game to get better stuff. And how do we get better stuff? We also, usually, one of the other things that we're always trying to do is to improve the dwelling space where we live. This is kind of a temporary place for us. And there's a bunch of water here I'd love to just get rid of. But it's not that important for right now, because we're gonna eventually move out. All right, so we've got our pick, we got our shovel. Those are our main two digging tools. So, oops, my mouse does some funky things sometimes. Let's dig down. All right, so there's some rules to digging. You never want to dig straight up over your head like this. No, I don't want to do that, because there could be gravel or sand up there, or lava, or water. And if I do that, and it's up above this block, it'll come down on my head. And depending on the circumstances, you can actually get damaged that way. You kind of suffocate. So, we're going to kind of build like a little stairwell here. going down. And see this block here, how it looks different? That is gravel, right? Here, let's give you an example of gravel. Gravel is best, it's best if you use a shovel. See how it falls when I dig it? Right? Gravel's kind of good to have for that. It can be kind of useful for certain things. So if I take gravel and I place it right there, it falls, right? And that can be used to make a kind of elevator. I'll show you that later. Right, and I'm hearing a spider outside. Someone who's not very happy with me outside. Yeah. One thing you'll notice too, when you dig gravel, sometimes you'll pick up it'll turn into a piece of flint. That is useful for making arrows later on. Arrows are not going to be useful until we can make a bow. And a bow is something you need string and sticks. And the string comes from the spiders. And that sound that we're hearing right now, that sound, that is spiders. But we don't really want to tackle them yet. Damn. Excuse me. Excuse my language. My mouse is giving me a lot of troubles. Keeps switching tools on me. So we want to just make sure that we're leaving torches every once in a while. Just wait till it kind of gets dark as we move along here. And why are we doing this? Well, we are doing this so we can get some things like coal and iron, which hopefully I'll be able to show you here as soon as we come across some. And they're fairly common. There we go. This is iron. And it doesn't look much like iron. I mean, it looks kind of coppery. Right? But it is very useful to us. That is something we definitely must have. And you'll see at this point in the game, you can kind of ramp up in materials quickly. What is iron useful for? Iron is useful for making tools, but we can't use it in its raw form. So let me show you. We're going to go back upstairs. And we're going to go to our furnace. And we'll smelt it. See, if I just take the raw iron block, this particular kind of block, if I lay it down, yeah, they're dying outside in the sunlight. That would be a zombie. This here just lays down just the way I found it. Unlike stone. Whoop. Mouse is doing one funny things. Okay. So we click on the furnace. We've got all this pork. And I'm not gonna burn those yet. I'll use them later. For this, I really want a piece of charcoal in there. And we're gonna leave the iron in there, and it'll make iron ingots. Let's just see what that does. See there, it shows you how much time it's taking. Boink. And we've got an iron ingot. And we use that kind of the same way in making tools that we would use the oak planks and the cobblestone. It can also make armor. So that's a good stuff to have. Yeah. Let's put some stuff in here. All right. And we're gonna go back down. And we don't really want to tackle the spider yet, even though we need. You get the string from the spiders, but it's not something that's that imperative yet. See, and the thing is you really don't want to go caving without a bow. It's pretty hard to survive going into a natural cave. There'll be lots of monsters in there, and some of them will be skeletons, and they'll shoot at you and stuff. And so we don't have a bow yet, so I'm gonna show you how, and you can get the bow later. But we just need some better equipment for that. It's dangerous. Okay, that sound right there that you heard, that means that there is an empty space that is unlit somewhere around me, probably underneath me, and that would be a natural cave. Right now, we're just digging around looking for coal and iron. We don't really want, if we see a cave, we're probably going to have to just avoid it. Now, I told you not to dig down or dig up directly above your head. Another thing you want to avoid doing is digging down directly below your feet, because it could be an empty space, or it could be lava, and oftentimes you just fall, and you can take damage, of course, when you fall, as I'm sure you've discovered. Now, I tend to always put torches on the right. Some people put torches on the left, some people don't pay attention to that. But when you're in a cave, it can be useful to do that as a habit, so that you can always find your way back. People use different tricks of torch placements to do that. And I'm hearing monsters. And that means that there's a cave somewhere nearby. And it's occupied by bad things. And our pick is about to run out. As I may have explained before, they do have a limited lifespan. You can see that the bar just below the pick on my action bar there is showing red, which means that it's about to run out of its life. The tool will break. I haven't found any coal. And there's a cave. Yeah. One of the first things you want to do is light it up. Oh. Okay, we don't want to hang out, but look at all the coal and the iron. We need that stuff. Okay, we're gonna take a chance. Okay, we're being risky here, so what we'll do is we'll lay down some cobblestone, just like this. We'll be sneaky. Oh no. Oh no. I hear bad things. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. That's a trick right there that you ought to know. Wall yourself in. See, he was gonna get me. I don't want to be gotten yet. No, 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 no. Okay, so this stuff with the black flecks in it, that is coal. And that is something we very much need. It's a good fuel source, and even though we can use wood to make charcoal, and it'll do the same thing, still, the coal is better because we use that wood for other stuff. Alright. Okay. There's a little bit more. Okay. So we've collected enough for now. Yeah. Whoop. Yeah, look what I did. Okay, so I'm gonna have to punch my way through this. Well, actually what I'll do is I'm just gonna jump and place a block underneath me. There, that works. And that's a trick, by the way, too. We'll show you that later. Pillaring. You just keep jumping and putting blocks underneath you. You can do that to escape danger. I should probably try to show you that here, but let's do a little more smelting and I'll go outside and show you that trick, because it's important. It's a survival tactic. So, we've got some iron, not really enough to do much with. We could, however, make a pick with this iron. That's probably not a bad idea. So we've got coal, too, as well, now. So, we'll smelt the little bit of iron that we've got. I think we'll make a helmet out of that iron. We've collected quite a bit of stone. So, I always like to keep some stone handy whenever I go out to do anything. Right. To do just exactly what I showed you before. To kind of wall yourself off sometimes, or whatever you need it for. So, all right. There we got some iron ingots. Okay, so let's make a helmet, right? And pieces of armor. Here, let's go to the E screen. Here's where the helmet's gonna go, right? And you've also got chest, legs, and boots that you can make. And they can be made out of various materials. One of the kinds of materials that you can make armor out of is leather, which drops from cows when you kill a cow. I didn't want to do that earlier because we've only got 3 cows out there, and I'd like to keep them around for a while. Maybe make some more cows out of them, breed them. So it only takes 4, I believe, to make a helmet, and this crafting space is not big enough for us to do that with. So here we go. Iron. Oops. No, it takes 5. All right, we need 1 more piece of iron. Oh no. But we do need to make another pick, so let's make a stone pick. Alrighty. We are ready. Now, I promised to show you the pillaring technique, and I think it may be daylight outside. I think it's that time. Yes. Okay, okay. And the sun's beginning to go down. Alright, so we have enough stone here where I can show you what's called pillaring. And basically, I'm just going to hit the space bar to jump and just hold it down and hold the right mouse button down to place and just keep holding them down. Now, it's a little bit scary, but this can get you out of some bad situations. If you're stuck down in a low place and you can't climb out, you can pillar up. If there's monsters around and you want to avoid them, and it's the middle of the night and you don't have time to build a shelter, as long as you've got lots of stone or other blocks to do this with, you can pillar up. If you want to look around and get a high perspective, you can pillar up. There's horseshoes down there. Oh, it's a good area to have spawned in at, right? And by the way, when you do first appear in your world, the game tries to place you as close as it can to 0, 0, right? So, like X coordinate 0 and Z coordinate 0. And close to the level of the ground, which is typically around level 60 or to 64. So, we're a little bit a ways from 0, 0 here, but whatever. Alright, it's a nice little place here. Alright, and then when we're done, we can just do this. This can also be done with dirt. Makes it a little bit easier to dig back down. And gravel. And gravel is good because you can place the block from where you're at if you're up high and want to get down low. Come on. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. Come on. Oy. Oh, it's getting dark. We will show you the way to use gravel as an elevator down. Sand works the same way because it responds to gravity. So if you place it from where you're at down into a hole, you can keep doing that until the column builds its way up to you. But if that sounds confusing, we'll just wait. We'll get to that. All right, and we're gonna ponk. Right. Okay. Well, we've done some initial mining. We've gotten a little bit of iron. We haven't been able to do anything with it yet because we don't have enough of it. We found some coal, and we even found a little cave, and I showed you how if you don't have a bow yet or armor, that you should not try to engage the monsters yet, and you should just wall yourself off if you find them, or find a way to get away from them and wall yourself off, like we have in our hidey hole. And that's about it for this phase of the game for right now. And I think next time we'll just probably be doing a little bit more mining until we can get some better resources we can do some more stuff with. And I would like to be able to show you a technique for killing spiders out of doors at night. But I would like to be well armored before I do that. I want to get some iron armor. We'll do that next time, hopefully. At least a helmet. Alright, suneye6 here, signing off. If you liked this tutorial and feel that you've made use of these tutorials, please do leave a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.
suneye6.